The headstand is a cool little trick for anybody to learn to show off to their friends and family. Plus it is a great move for a beginner gymnast to learn, as it starts to develop the balance, the body shape and the shoulder strength needed for the headstand's big brother, the handstand, which is one of the most important moves in gymnastics. The first thing to say about the headstand is obviously it's not just a balance on your head. This would put a tremendous amount of pressure through your neck and could be quite dangerous, so I don't recommend you try it. The headstand is traditionally, of course, also supported by your hands. It's important that when you're in a headstand, you are pushing your hands down into the ground so that you are taking a good proportion of your total weight on your hands. This will reduce the total strain going through your neck and will also allow for much better control and balance. The headstand can be done in two different shapes, tucked or straight. The tucked is the easiest of the two, so that's where you should start. And if you've never tried it before, your first attempt should be against a wall, so that you can get a feel for being upside down whilst not having to fully balance it yourself. Put the top of your forehead on the floor right next to the wall and have your hands shoulder width apart a good distance behind your head with your fingers facing forwards. Your 3 points of contact should form a nice equilateral triangle, which will give you a nice stable support base. Now, walk or slide your feet slowly in towards your hands and keep walking until you can feel your lower back touch the wall. At this point, your centre of mass, roughly in your hips, should be directly above your head. So if you push firmly down with your arms and lift your feet slowly to the tuck position, you should be able to stay balanced. It is tempting to lift your feet almost straight away, but if you don't lift your hips towards the wall first, you won't be balanced and you will have to jump up instead of lift, which means you won't be under quite as much control and you're more likely to overshoot when you try it without the wall. Don't let your elbows fall out to the side when you're at the headstand. Keep them squeezed inwards so that they stay in line with your hands. Try to hold the headstand nice and still for at least 3 seconds and then come down slowly. Try to get into the habit of coming straight back down onto your toes instead of your knees. Once you are happy that you can do the tucked headstand relatively consistently, you can do exactly the same thing but freestanding without the wall. If you do accidentally overbalance, just keep your head tucked into your chest and roll smoothly down instead of falling flat onto your back. However, if you are falling over forwards fairly frequently, that's probably a sign that you should still be practicing against the wall for the moment. Once you've got your freestanding tucked headstand pretty easily, try and go up to the tuck headstand and straighten your legs out to a full headstand. This is slightly more difficult as you're a taller shape, but the techniques are almost exactly the same. Notice how in my straight headstand, I'm leant very slightly backwards instead of being completely vertical. If you're completely upright, then any force from your arms will likely cause you to topple over forwards, so you should lean backwards very slightly to allow you to stay under control and take less weight directly onto your head. Once you can hold a steady straight headstand, your next challenge is to try and lift into it with straight legs instead of tucking them in first. This can be done straddled, which is slightly easier, or the most difficult lift, the pike up to the headstand. Exactly the same as in the tucked headstand, be sure to walk or slide your feet in towards your hands and make sure that you get your hips up above your head before starting to lift the feet in order to maintain your balance as you lift. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you did, be sure to like it, favourite it and share it with anyone else who you think might find it helpful. For more regular updates, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and for even more videos and updates, make sure that you like my Facebook page and subscribe to my training YouTube channel. If you have any comments, suggestions or questions, please leave them below and I'll make sure that I get back to you. Thank you, hopefully see you again soon.